good, Uganda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back on the Uganda channel again. And today I wanted to talk about the decolonization of the African mindset. And I want to talk to a brother that I was very, very influenced by. His name is Denis Duke, the YouTube channel. And the reason why I believe he's so influential, because his channel, Denis Duke Uganda, is only in Uganda, and he has over 60,000 subscribers. And I want to know, how did this brother decide to take his talent and only focus on his people instead of focusing on everybody else? And we want to talk about how he's able to come to that decision. Brother Denis, man, welcome to the Uganda channel, family.
Nice seeing you around today.
Man, I've been a big fan for a long time. You're actually a moderator on the Uganda channel, and every time I come, I miss you, you miss me.
Yeah.
But we finally ever got a chance to do this, man. Tell the people what Denis Duke Uganda is all about.
Well, Denis Duke Uganda is a channel that I started around 2019, January of 2019. And it was because I was, in between jobs. So I wanted something that would take my time, and boom, YouTube came, and I started it. And before you knew it, the numbers had started growing in a very, very short time. So I decided that, a lot of people are doing a lot other content that really, yes, fine, they're trying to promote the African, content, but they're not really bringing out. First, I wanted to tap into the market, the American market, in terms of the Ugandans living there, but speaking to them in their native language. You look at people who left Uganda 15 years ago, 10 years back, they can't even remember Uganda very well. So speaking to them in Uganda, somehow, some of them find that perfect, find that beautiful. But also I looked at the Ugandan market. They haven't appreciated English as a language, first of all, but also I wanted to show somebody out there that, it's not only English that thrives. I mean, you can do it in a local language, you can do it the local way, and you get the numbers. Just like we were having a discussion earlier, that there are people who are even doing it in English and haven't reached that greater milestone.
Right.
Yet, me doing it in a local language, some bit of English here and there, but 90% of the content I do is in local language.
Right.
And I've been able to grow to this point, and I'm even growing even to further heights. Why? Because I focused on what I wanted them to understand, and that's it.
Now, I want to talk about that because I love the fact that your focus is on your people and communicating to your people in your language. It's not for the Europeans, it's for your people. But I know some people are saying, Denis, man, you're talented, you are on urban TV, you're very skilled, you're a hard worker because you put out 3 or 4 videos at a time. Why don't you expand to the other markets? Why are you worried about Uganda, man? You're wasting your talents in Uganda when you could be, doing something else. What do you say to people like that?
So I thought about it, first of all, when I was starting. And I first started out a few episodes and I was doing it in English, but the numbers were not coming. But also, I wasn't feeling, comfortable. I wanted to feel comfortable doing something that I loved at that time. It was only recent that somebody talked to me and said, you see, Denis, you can have a channel for Uganda, but then you can have another channel focusing on a bigger picture of look at African Americans who would love to know something about Uganda, but they can't understand Uganda. So what haven't you left them out? So I thought to myself, okay, that's another idea. So that's when I came up with another channel that addresses that at an African level, at a global level.
Global level.
Yes. Much as, yes, this is my main channel where my main effort does go, but I also wanted to have something on the side that would cater for all the others as well.
Well, let me ask you this. As far as, because your mindset to be able to do this in Uganda, number one, you know that you're not going to get a lot of the support that you might get in the greater audience. But you don't have the mindset that Europeans are better or English is better than Uganda. And you're able to thrive because you believe in your culture, you believe in your people. How can and I know in Uganda sometimes we're taught as blacks, even in America, that the English is better, the white way of doing things is better. How are you able to understand that that was not true, that was false?
well, the success speaks for itself. One thing I've always wanted to tell people is you can do anything where you are and actually thrive. Thinking that somebody else is better than you is actually wrong, because that's just a mindset. You see, when they tell you that, you see, this phone is actually good, and you believe that it's actually good, it's just they are playing with your mind. The thing is, go out there, experiment what you believe in, because at the end of the day, it comes back to passion. What are you passionate about? Everything you believe in, you can do it. But sometimes people lack the kind of, some people want to be pushed. Me, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm self-driven.
Right.
Once I believe in something that this is gonna work for me, I'll go for it. But also, I wanted to show people that, you see, a lot of other people, content creators from different countries, are creating in English and they're thriving. But you can also concentrate on your own country and thrive. You don't have to be like anybody else. You can be you. You can do your thing. You can do what you believe in. And that's why I did that.
Let me ask you this, because I know you do a lot of supporting the local business community here in Kampala. And obviously, I'm pretty sure that your audience is broad enough that you have connections that you could leave Uganda and go somewhere for greener pastures. Why do you choose to stay?
Why did I choose to stay? Well, I've always had this saying that, you see, money is not only in the West. First of all, YouTube is not a Ugandan thing. It's not an African thing. It's a Western thing. So how do I tap into a Western thing to get money while I'm here? That was the idea. I'm being paid in dollars. The same dollars, the same reason I would go and work somewhere else.
Right.
To get those dollars, I can actually do something within Uganda, do something within Africa, and still continue earning in dollars. You know, Facebook monetization?
Yes.
I can create Ugandan content for my Ugandan audience, but also for other Ugandan people that are in the diaspora, and I still earn in dollars. So I don't believe in the idea that, you see, I've even seen a lot of people go out and they come back as they went. In fact, some of them come back when I'm even much better than them in terms of, finance, in terms of development and growth. So it's not that every person that actually goes out there actually thrives. No, it's not that. So I still believe I can make it while here.
Well, you've been actually proving that. Let me ask you this: as far as the people, because I know a lot of Ugandan YouTubers are afraid to do what you do in Uganda. Most of them are trying to speak in English, but you're having the most success. Does anybody come and tell you, man, I want to switch my content to Uganda? Are they now unafraid to go ahead and say, you know what, we can do it the way that Denis do? He's trend setting with communicating to the people in Uganda, and maybe I need to do that. What would you say to those people?
One thing I would love to say is I appreciate the fact that we have a Ugandan YouTube group or a Ugandan YouTube community where we share different tips on how to thrive, how to grow your channels. And I must tell you that I've inspired a lot more people than it was back then, because every time there are people even I've inspired without meeting them, but because they used to watch me, they started their channels. Somebody comes and, wow, I started my channel because I used to watch Denis do. And for me, that is a tick. So every time I meet them, I tell them that, you see, having your channel in English or it's not the only thing. You can still do Luganda content as long as you have passion for it, as long as you're committed to it. You see, a lot of people out there do content and then somebody posts today, then they take a week or the other. So those are not the serious people. So me, I love talking to people who are serious. So it's about seriousness. It's about, getting the language fine, but also what kind of content are you doing? Are people interested in that content? Because you may do Uganda, but still people are not interested. So the kind of content that you also do matters a lot. Yes.
Let me ask you this last question, because I know you're very busy. What would you want for the people that are going to come, maybe from the Kingana channel over to the Denis Duke channel? What would you tell them that they're going to be experiencing on either? You have two channels, right? One is more for the greater audience, and one is for our Ugandan community. What are your goals of your channels that you want to be able to talk to the subscribers about that will be coming over?
Oh, so for the Denis Duke Uganda channel, just like the name is, it has an attachment with Uganda. So purely Uganda and purely Uganda. So that one will focus on anything Uganda, all the celebrity gossip. I want it to be, there's a guy in Tanzania called Mildred Ayo, Mildred Ayo something. He focused his channel typical on Tanzania, and he has grown over to 2 point something million subscribers. You need to check him out. And his channel is more like a TV station of a sort. And I understand he did set up the studios. He even pays, revenues. For Ugandan case, it would be Uganda Revenue Authority collecting revenues. So that is the focus for Denis Duke Uganda channel. I want it to be in that era, or in that kind of category. So for the Duke's Media TV, I want to find out how do I connect with my brothers in the diaspora? Maybe have like a way of helping them understand the African market, what they need to invest in. So literally teach them what they need to do for most of those that are coming back into the country. Yes. So for the people that are working with the Kinganda, do a lot more of collaborating, understanding what do those people out there need to see, need to know, that we could create content about, so that they actually get to have a greater picture. Because the Ugandan media is not focusing on them, it's focusing on Uganda.
Right.
So it's typically Uganda, even the content they're doing in Uganda. And so many, at times, they've not embraced these new technologies. There's a TV that does not even upload their content on YouTube. So how do you think a Ugandan in the diaspora or an African in the diaspora will get to know about Uganda? So it's through us that we actually get to put the content there. It's very unfortunate that recently I saw government trying to come and, put a couple of restrictions on content creators. But I pray and I hope they don't happen like it has happened in Australia. So I hope Uganda, we continue being free, much as we respect the fact that yes, government has its own set of rules. We could have, a way of respecting those rules, and then we continue striving as content creators.
Okay. Well, man, I'm very, very impressed with how you've grown.
Thank you.
You're much bigger than us, so I definitely appreciate it. And guys, go ahead and check him out. Denis Duke, like I said, I believe that it's very important for Africans or Black people to speak to each other in their own way and not do it, in English. Even though I don't understand Luganda, but I can appreciate the fact.
Yeah, that's why you were able to check me out.
Yes.
That's why you were able to know, hey, there's this guy called.
Yes, yes, and I appreciate the fact that you have set this up for your people and you're growing with the country as it's growing.
The beauty with it is, you see, much as yes, there's a lot more advantage when you're doing in English, because you look at maybe getting support from somebody else from out, but once you concentrate on the Ugandan audience, there are a lot of other opportunities, actually even more opportunities here. For example, somebody would want to advertise on your channel, somebody would want promotion, and when you tap on this, because my goal is not to depend on the YouTube partner program. Not at all. I want to go to MTN, talk to them. Hey, MTN, I have a YouTube channel. It has 100 people, 100 subscribers, rather 100,000 subscribers. Can we have a sort of a deal? We strike a deal. Maybe per month you give me maybe $5,000. I run your ads so that I don't need to depend on anything.
Yes. That's true. There's a lot more opportunities there. And I like how you're savvy with that. Creating opportunities with your channel and things like that. So guys,
and at the later age, I'd love to have more like a studio to have different people handling different things, so that we take away the unemployment bit of it.
So guys, listen, Denis Duke just shared the opportunities that you can do on YouTube with knowing the market. So brother, keep out there winning.
Thank you.
Stop beating us, man, with all the subscribers you got. All right.
I will.
All right, peace, family.